Hello, my name is Julie O'Brien and I am a Fáilte Ireland trainer. Today I am delighted to update you on the very exciting Meitheal 2020 event. The key topic for this video is how to maximise opportunities during Meitheal. Please note that this is the third video in a series of 4 videos. Meitheal offers a golden opportunity to convert business from the global markets through 2 key ways. The first is through face-to-face appointments with buyers. Day 1 of Meitheal takes place on Thursday 26th of March, and on this date there are 36 10-minute appointment opportunities. Day 2 of Meitheal takes place on Friday 27th of March, and on this date there are 26 10-minute appointment opportunities. The second way to meet buyers is through multiple networking opportunities. Let's begin by talking about how best to manage your verbal pitch with the buyer. Remember that at Meitheal you have just 10 minutes to make an excellent impression. Be aware that as you speak, the buyer is mentally assessing multiple points, including: are you trustworthy and reliable? Would you let the buyer or their customers down? Is your business offering crystal clear? Are the tourism experiences that you are selling crystal clear? Are you, your business offering and your tourism experiences the correct match for the buyer, their customers and their markets? The reality is that how you behave and the words you choose reflect your business and destination. So it is really important to do a first-class job. Now you can see why preparing for the verbal pitch is imperative to ensure a successful Meitheal. So let's assume that you are at Meitheal and you are about to meet an international buyer at your very first appointment. Step 1. From the outset, aim to put yourself and the buyer at ease with a warm smile, a good handshake and a strong Irish welcome. If it were me, I would say something like, "Hello Johan, my name is Mary and I represent the Ireland Horticultural Museum. I have been really looking forward to meeting you this morning." For the next step, show the buyer that you have done your research. Remember, this is a professional travel trade show, so it is important to let the buyer know that you have taken care to find out who they are. In this case, I might drop something like the following into conversation. "I see from your profile that you cater for special interest gardening groups. Can I ask if you also cater for FITs?" Step 3. At an early stage of the verbal pitch, it is crucial to route the buyer. Remember that the buyer comes from the international markets, so he or she may not be too familiar with Ireland or where your business is located. At your Meitheal desk, there's a handy Ireland map, so taking that map in your hand, route the buyer by showing them your exact location. You could say something like, "My name is Mary. I represent the Irish Horticultural Museum in Tipperary, which is part of Ireland's ancient East. We are very proud to be located in a beautiful Irish village overlooking the river shore." As you speak, maintain a professional but friendly tone and keep in mind how your behaviour and the words you choose reflect your business. Remember the importance of inspiring trust and connecting with the buyer. At each appointment, you must make the buyer aware of the tourism experiences that your business has available for sale. Remember, you are at Meitheal to sell and the buyer is there to purchase. So be sure to set out your market stall and tell the buyer what you have to offer. If it were me, I would say something like, "And for your clients, I have 3 general experiences available. The first is a garden highlight walk, which is particularly good for those with lower mobility. The guided garden walk hike and the worldwide walking tour explore the gardens more deeply." I would then go on to say, "And we also have 2 premium experiences, the expert gardener's tour and the curator's edible woodland tour. These are a must for gardening enthusiasts." I might add, "I cannot emphasize enough how privileged I am to work in these stunning gardens, and for me the highlights are," and on you go, inspiring and explaining those highlights. For step 6, I need to remind you of the importance of really strong visual imagery that gives the buyer a crystal clear insight into your business offering and tourism experiences. For this, Some Irish industry attendees choose to use large photographs. Others create a photo book with images, and others choose to show images on a laptop or iPad. You are free to choose whatever format you are most comfortable with. What really matters is the quality of the images and how you use them in your verbal pitch to engage, inform, and enlighten the buyer. Please note that step 7 is an essential must-ask question for every buyer you meet at Meitheal who expresses an interest in working with you and your business. To ultimately achieve a converted, confirmed booking, you must simply find out how the buyer will ultimately engage with your business, as buyers can contract in different ways. To establish the answer to this question, you can simply say something like the following: I am delighted to hear that you are interested in working with us. Can I ask, do you contract directly with businesses like ours, or do you work with another travel partner? If the buyer advises that they work with another travel partner, ask them for the name of that partner so that you can follow up with that business post-Meitheal too. Ultimately, the buyer who manages the contracting is the buyer who can make a booking and send the business directly through to you. Step number 8. When speaking to the buyer, please do remember to be concise and do not over-exaggerate. In Ireland, we can often be loose with our language, and we can say things like we are the best, the only, the most unique. If this is not accurate, it is misleading for the buyer. Remember that you only have 10 minutes to pitch and engage with the buyer, so focus on using words that accurately present your business. Integrity is really important when engaging with buyers. Remember that they are generally seeking to determine that our businesses are reliable and trustworthy. In 10 minutes, we can have so much to say that as businesses we do all the talking. But do remember that it is essential not to bore the buyer. Instead, we should also listen and be mindful to engage the buyer too. To do this, ask questions like, do you feel that our business is a match for what you and your customers are looking for? Take a breath and be mindful to hear and note the buyer's responses and feedback. Know that during your verbal pitch, your job is to present the essence of your business offering and to establish a connection with the buyer. Post-Meitheal, you can always follow up with more detail via an email. Do make sure to remind the buyer of what it means to come from your area. Finding a hidden gem, showing a human touch, and discovering a secret only known to locals is always intriguing. To do this, you could drop a statement like the following into conversation. After visiting our brewery, I would recommend that you bring your customers to Jimmy D's famous ice cream store. I love an ice cream myself, especially while strolling along a beautiful coastline. Step 11 is all important. Never ever leave an appointment without asking and knowing if a buyer is interested in working with you and your business. On each buyer appointment, you should establish this by asking something like, do you think there'll be an opportunity for us to work together? I would love that. Then each time you ask the question, make a note of the buyer's reply, yes, no, or maybe. In this way, you can clearly determine what opportunities are available for your business. Finally, for step 12, ask the buyer when they would like to receive information. Buyers lead very busy lives and they often travel throughout the world. So I always like to ask when it is convenient for them to receive information. Then make a note of the advised date in your diary and be sure to follow up as agreed. While the buyer might ask for you to revert a couple of weeks after Meitheal, it is highly recommended to send the buyer an email note within 24 hours of your meeting. In this case, I might write something like, Dear Johan, it was so lovely to meet you yesterday, and I was delighted to hear that you are interested in working with me. Rest assured that I will be in contact on the 20th of April with further information relating to our business as you requested. In the meantime, I wish you a wonderful extended trip in Ireland. Now let's take a quick look at some top tips for networking at Meitheal. The networking opportunities at the tea, coffee and lunch breaks, during the Meitheal workshops and at the welcome evening in the Guinness Storehouse on Thursday 26th of March represent a golden opportunity to convert further business. Be brave. Know that buyers are attending Meitheal to learn about Ireland and businesses such as yours, and it is perfectly acceptable for you to engage with them. So smile, put your best foot forward, walk up to a buyer and introduce yourself. Noting the name on the buyer's badge, you could say something like, "Hi Yvonne, my name is John, and I represent Wexford's Printing Museum. Would it be okay for me to take your business card so that I can send you on further information?" Remember, your job at Meitheal is to maximise the opportunity for conversions. Thank you for watching, and please do have a look at the remaining videos in these series. These include how to prepare for Meitheal, how to use the Meitheal appointment system, and how to follow up post-Meitheal.